We invest hundreds of thousands into 3D scanners, digital workflows, and the latest bracket systems, yet we often ignore the most volatile variable in our practice: the human conversation. Every interaction, from the first phone inquiry to the final debrief, is a high-stakes touchpoint that either builds a bridge of trust or creates a wall of friction. As leaders, we tend to think that a quick verbal instruction is enough to align our team with our vision, but true mastery requires a much more rigorous approach. If you want a practice that scales and maintains a premium brand identity, you have to move beyond passive teaching and embrace simulated environments where mistakes carry no clinical or financial risk. I know, the mere mention of role-playing usually makes a team cringe. It feels uncomfortable, artificial, and even a bit silly at first. But in a high-performance orthodontic environment, role-playing is the only way to refine scripts and master standard operating procedures before the pressure of a full clinic day hits. Think about those moments where a case is truly won or lost. The parent who is hesitant about phase 1 treatment, or the patient reacting poorly to a financial contract. These should never be experiments conducted on live patients. By simulating these high-stakes scenarios, you ensure your team can navigate them with surgical precision and the clinical authority your brand demands. To take this a step further, you must introduce the power of recorded feedback. When we ask a staff member to practice the LATTE method, listen, acknowledge, take action, thank, and explain, they might think they have it mastered. But when they see themselves on video, it creates a transformative aha moment. They notice the defensive body language they weren't aware of, or the heavy clinical jargon that leaves a layperson nodding politely while feeling completely lost. Reviewing this footage together provides the objective data needed to shorten the learning curve and ensure your team's presentation aligns perfectly with the high-end experience you are promising your patients. However, even the most refined training can crumble under the weight of a chaotic Monday morning. This is why you must perform what I call the undercover check. If you ask your staff how they handle phone calls, they will describe the ideal version of their workflow, the version that exists in your manual. But to understand the true patient journey, you have to experience it yourself. Call your office from a private number during a peak period. How many rings does it take? Is the greeting warm or rushed? Submit a contact form under a pseudonym and track the response time. These checks expose the hidden bottlenecks and operational fatigue that your team might be too busy or too intimidated to report to you directly. A truly lean leader understands that these observations are not about finding fault, but about illuminating the process. We must remain flexible. If your team identifies a more efficient way to handle a task during these training sessions, listen to them. The best innovations often come from those on the front lines who are dealing with the daily friction of the clinic. When you encourage this kind of input, you shift the culture from mere compliance to true ownership. Flexibility in leadership is not a sign of weakness. It is the hallmark of a resilient, self-correcting system that can weather any storm and maintain excellence without your constant oversight. By combining structured training with real-world reality checks, we start to build that Swiss watch rhythm we all desire. You transform your employees into stakeholders who are personally invested in the practice's growth and the satisfaction of every patient. Consistency in orthodontic care is never an accident. It is the result of disciplined observation and relentless refinement of your human systems. This approach builds a professional autopilot system that empowers your team to manage daily operations with excellence. It finally gives you the freedom to step back from the minutiae and focus on clinical mastery and the strategic development of your business. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.